All right, let's talk about the Seattle Seahawks heading into an absolutely massive primetime matchup this Thursday, divisional matchup. This is a Seahawks team desperately looking to get back to their winning ways. And to that end, head coach Mike Macdonald and John Schneider just made a really smart move that could help address a big problem for Seattle, at least one that's popped up recently. I think this is a good move for the Seahawks. I'm Nick, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. Okay, the Seattle Seahawks team, they started off 3-0. Everyone was like, listen, they're looking pretty good. Geno Smith looking good. Mike Macdonald looks like the right guy. Back-to-back losses have dampened the mood a little bit. Now we're heading into a massive Thursday night game against the San Francisco 49ers, who they themselves are reeling after a disappointing defeat on Sunday. The Seattle Seahawks came into the Giants game. I think we're all expecting Seattle to win. They couldn't get it done, especially a depleted Giants team, mainly due to some issues on the run defense side. And to that end, Mike Macdonald, John Schneider just made a really smart move to, I think, hopefully secure that side of the defense. Let's pull up this report here, courtesy of SI.com. Amid a two-game losing streak, the Seattle Seahawks have reverted to their previous form, struggling to slow down opposing ground games, allowing nearly 300 total rushing yards and 3 touchdowns to the Detroit Lions and New York Giants. Mike Macdonald acknowledged that the team's defensive tackles and edge defenders have played well for the most part. However, he said, second-level run fits are falling short, calling out linebackers, corners, and safeties as culprits for the issues, giving up chunk plays on the ground in recent weeks. Bringing in an established veteran contributor, special teams contributor, linebacker Ezekiel Turner will return to the Pacific Northwest on the Seahawks practice squad. That's the recent move the Seattle Seahawks made, bringing in Ezekiel Turner to the practice squad. Going undrafted out of Washington in 2018, Turner emerged as a core special teams player for the Cardinals as a rookie, leading the NFL with 13 tackles on special teams and earning PFWA All-Rookie Team recognition. In 6 seasons with Arizona, he amassed 83 combined tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble while logging nearly 1,800 special team snaps and occasionally filling in on defense. It's that last sentence that really matters because obviously Turner doesn't jump off the page as a big move in terms of something that'll make all the headlines, but it's a really sneaky, smart move by the Seattle Seahawks, especially when you dive deep into the analytics. And Miles, I know you got the specifics on that, but first, Seattle fans, in the comment section below, heading into a massive matchup this Thursday night, here's your chance. Give us your prediction. Final score, how do you think this game's going to go? I think it could go a million ways. Both teams have been a little inconsistent. Curious what you guys have to say. Give us your prediction, final score with Thursday night, and put it in the comment section below. But Miles, what are your thoughts on this latest Seahawks move?
Yeah, Nick, I think this is a really smart move because of this addition and what it brings to the table. Is he going to be a superstar playmaker for you for years to come? No. Is he going to even be a starter on the linebacking core? Maybe not. Is he a really strong rotational piece that you can add in that adds key strength in a piece that is very weak for this defense? I think definitely big time, yes. I think especially against this 49ers team, we will see how effective it is. Because if you look around the ball, like the article said, second level defenders, there's a couple guys that are weak in the run defense game. You look at Tyrell Dotson, a 55 run defense grade. You look at Rashawn Jenkins, another guy, a 53 run defense grade. You look at other guys around the ball, Rick Woolen, 70 run defense grade. Pretty good, but it could be better. No one is even close. Ezekiel Turner in 2022, the one season he got a lot of snaps in. He got over 100 snaps total in that season. 93 run defense grade for Ezekiel Turner. This guy is an absolute monster in run defense. Do you want to drop him into coverage? No. Is he an adequate pass rusher? Yes, I think he's an adequate pass rusher, graded out of 66.9 pass rush grade there. But this guy is very good at stopping the run. So I think this addition could be a really good piece for this Mike Macdonald defense, who, Mike Macdonald himself, he's really good at knowing when to play key contributors on defense and how to play them as well. You look at what he did in Baltimore. He's very good on that defensive front, shifting in a Travis Jones, shifting in, a Michael Pierce, or when you need those big guys in the middle, or having a Justin Madubuike to rest the passer. He knows when to put in key players on defense to help this team out the best. So I think he can really use a guy like Ezekiel Turner in the run defense grade, and Ezekiel Turner has shown he's really good at doing just that.
You know, it's interesting. If you look back at their performance against the New York Giants, and obviously the way they defended the run was quite terrible. Tyrone Tracy Jr., a name no one has really heard of in the National Football League, went off 18 carries, a buck 29 against the Seahawks defense. Not good at all. But the reality is, if you actually break down the play-by-play, and I think you Seahawks fans understood it, generally they were actually pretty good against the run 80 to 90% of the time. They're just a few in certain situations. I think when they were changing up some rotational pieces where they gave up some chunk plays. I think they gave up a 27-yard run, a 25-yard run. I think they gave up like 3, 10, 12, 15-yard runs. And when you actually add it all up, if you look at Tracy's 129 yards against the Seattle Seahawks defense, about 95 of it was on like 5 carries, right? So if you break down those numbers, 13 carries for 35 yards outside of it, that's good run defense. The most of the yards came in those terrible 5 carries. And that's that rotational piece you mentioned. Because if you're having 3, 4, 5 plays, that means one of two things. Either one, you have bad depth pieces, they come in the game, they screw up, or two, you have no depth pieces and your starters get tired and then they screw up. Obviously, we know the Seahawks have a few injuries on the defensive line, but like McDonald said, the issue isn't up front. It's at the linebacker second level. I think that's exactly what the Seahawks are trying to address here, adding a key depth piece, rotational piece, because sometimes it's all about giving a quality starter a few more rests. Like, can you get a guy in there and a few third longs, give him a rest every now and then so he can go out and stop the run on first down the next time he has to? Or if you're doing a complete total package change in terms of personnel, you throw a linebacker in there who actually knows how to stop the run, who's been around the block, which Turner obviously has been. That's what the Seattle Seahawks are trying to do here. They recognize that their problem on run defense isn't a systemic issue. It really isn't a talent issue. It's a depth/personnel issue in certain situations. I think bringing in Turner is the perfect move to address that, especially as they head into a pivotal stretch of the schedule. I give a lot of credit to Mike McDonald and John Schneider, because a lot of coaches, a lot of GMs at this point in the season, they're like, we'll just wait it out. It's only 1 or 2 bad games. And then you see a lot of collapses happen. Look at Bengals. Cincinnati fans are just disheveled right now. They were 0-2 thinking, well, we're always 0-2. And then collapse continued. They refused to react and adapt, and it almost looks too late for Cincinnati. Give credit to Mike McDonald in Seattle for saying, listen, we got a problem. We're going to address it right now.